Hello everybody and welcome to Genesee Community College for the nightcap, the conclusion of the Pete Arras Memorial Tournament here on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. My name is Alex Brasky for the Batavia Daily News, here to take you through tonight's action between LeRoy and Attica, both teams vying for the large school crown. One team will exit as the title winner. Before we get too deep into tonight's broadcast, let us tell you how each team made it to this point, beginning with LeRoy. They were 71-43 winners over Roy Hart in the opening round, and Attica 50-48 upset winners over Batavia. Before we get too deep into tonight's broadcast, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste. Casella, your #1 service provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Whether you're looking for great rates on local waste removal or recycling service, call Casella now, 585-308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Yasis Trucking and Construction, Excavating and Paving, 6956 Byron Holly Road in Byron, 585-548-5014. That's Yasis Trucking and Construction, a new sponsor here with the Daily News over the past couple of games here at the Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. So we want to thank Yasis for their contributions. That is Yasis. When you need a paving or excavation service contract in the Byron and Batavia area, there's only one company that goes above and beyond to fulfill all your excavation, septic, paving, and snow removal needs, and that's Yasis Trucking and Construction. So also Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. That's ET, your local New Holland dealer, selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Also selling the Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, the world's fastest mower. And last but not least, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, serving lunch, dinner, homemade desserts, 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, soft custard, and wine slushies. Happy holidays from Sweet Betty's. And we take you to public address announcer Paul Spiata for the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the Knights. The Knights are coached by Matt Weinman. And the Blue Devils are coached by Rob Crowley. Before we begin tonight's game, let's give a quick history lesson on the Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. Started in 1982 by its namesake, Pete Arras, former Batavia Lions Club member, the late Pete Arras. The first annual Lions Club tournament featured Byron Burgeon, Notre Dame, Batavia, and Albion as its original members. The Bees won the first ever Lions Club crown over Albion and would go on to win each of the first 3 tournament titles. 2 years later, Notre Dame defeated Batavia in the title game, and then Batavia finally broke through 2 years after that in 1989 with a 61-53 victory over the Irish. As we're set to go here from GCC, ball is up and into the hands of Attica. So originally a 4-team tournament, this tournament turned into an 8-team format in 2018, a large school bracket as you see in front of you, and a small school bracket this year, which was won by Oakfield, Alabama, in our first game of the night over Notre Dame. Batavia has dominated this tournament, but as you see, they are not in the title game as Attica upset them in the opening round. Both of these teams looking for their first large school title here at the Pete Arras Memorial. So it should be an interesting game throughout. These two teams match up fairly well with each other. Both well-sized. While LeRoy may have the advantage in guard play, but a 3-ball. Cole Harding gets Attica on the board. It's an early 3-0 lead for the Blue Devils here, and that's what they did to get on top against Batavia in the early going in their preliminary round matchup. Blue Devils were red hot from the perimeter. Four players hit three-pointers in the opening half for the Blue Devils, and that really jump-started their offensive attack and led them to that big win over Batavia. So Lamparelli inside, Luke George. No good from point-blank range, and LeRoy gets the rebound. Mitch Hockey down the lane, knocked away by George, but a blocking foul called on Harding. So 2 shots coming up for Mitch Hockey here. Hockey, one of the top players for this LeRoy team, along with Merritt Holly Jr. Holly Jr. averaging over 20 points per game this season. Holly Jr. has been one of the top players in the Livingston Conference. Hockey has done a nice job distributing the ball to Holly Jr. this season. Has really been a big reason for the youngsters' success. So really the 1-2 punch of Hockey and Holly Jr., something to watch here for LeRoy. On the other side for Attica, as I said, Harding, a key player for Coach Crowley's bunch, along with Lamparelli, Simon Lamparelli, one of the top guards for this team. As John Penapeno knocks down a 3 for LeRoy, and the Knights, with their first lead of the game, it's 5-3, 2 minutes into this ball game. We also saw Luke George come alive during that win over Batavia, and a number of other players contribute as well. Brandon Dufour, another starter with the ball right now on the wing for Attica, knocked down a couple of shots in that game as well. Adam Bukowski fighting for the rebound underneath. He's fouled, and we're going the other way. So 5:34 remaining here in the first. 2-point lead for the Knights. See, both of these teams substitute rather freely throughout this game, so what you see on the floor right now is certainly not the end-all be-all for either side. This one going to Attica here. LeRoy with a soft press. 1-3-1 it looks like. Perhaps man-to-man. Lamparelli for 3, no good. Maverick McKenzie with the rebound. He does a lot of the dirty work for this LeRoy team. Not really well-sized, but has a lot of heart, a lot of hustle, and he gets the job done for Coach Weinman. As a foul there called on Attica. The ball will stay with LeRoy. It will go underneath. Once again, we'd like to thank Casella, our scoreboard sponsor for tonight's broadcast, and most, if not all, of our broadcasts here on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. Casella does a great job sponsoring local high school sports, giving these kids a chance to be seen by those who can't attend in person. Luke George hanging and banging inside, tied at 5, under 5 minutes to go here in the first. Also have a number of other sponsors here this evening that we'll get to momentarily, the next stoppage of play, next time out really. It's Penapeno to Finn Shelby at the high post, turnaround jumper, and it's good. Finn Shelby showing great touch. He's another talented player for this LeRoy team. Has really come a long way, has Shelby. Found his way into the starting lineup this season and has made the most of it. Had a big game against Calmon and LeRoy's win over the rival Raiders, and has done a nice job beside Holly in the post. About 4 minutes to go. Midway through this first quarter, Penapeno along the baseline, flips it to Holly Jr., power dribble, but the size of Attica able to neutralize him inside. Lamparelli jumping the pass in transition, finishing. We saw that from Lamparelli against Batavia. A number of steals in transition, able to finish on the other end as well. So So Holly Jr. does not go up against many teams that are able to combat his size inside. Same thing with Shelby, but you saw there George with the rejection. This Attica team matches up well with LeRoy. I said it before, I'll say it again. This is a tough matchup for LeRoy, a good test here in this Pete Arras Memorial Tournament Large School Final. That one wide open to Hockey, but he throws it off the side of the backboard. Uncharacteristic bad miss for Hockey as he was left wide open, maybe not expecting to be so wide open there off the inbound. It seemed like Attica lost him, but no harm, no foul as Blue Devils take over now after a missed opportunity for the Knights. Bukowski down the lane, out to DeFore for three, rattles out. That one rebounded from McKenzie. Attica didn't miss much against Batavia in the early going. That time, they don't get the benefit of the shooter's touch as George chases that rebound down, and Blue Devils going the other way. Good start for Attica in this game, hanging neck and neck with LeRoy. The Knights enter this game with a solid record. They've been playing well. 6-1 on the year is LeRoy. Wins over School of the Arts, Perry, Warsaw, Calmon, Geneseo, and Royhart in the opening round of this tournament. As Bukowski off the mark from inside. As far as Attica is concerned, it's really been a turbulent season, a young team. A lot of players filling new roles this season for Coach Crowley's group. A loss to Letchworth began the year, followed by a win over C.G. Finney, then a loss to rival Alexander, a win over Holly, a loss to Kendall, a loss to Oakfield, and then the big win over Batavia as Harding knocks it down. Attica ahead by 3 now. He's impressive. Just a sophomore is Harding, but he has the size and the ability to shoot from the perimeter. It makes him a dangerous offensive threat. Lamparelli in the corner, and he throws it away. McKenzie on the save. I'll tell you what, not many players hustle more than Maverick McKenzie. Nice rebound inside from Holly Jr., and George is going to be whistled for the foul. A little too aggressive on the block attempt, and he made contact with the wrist, it looked like, of Holly Jr. And that's going to send the Knights to the line here with 1:23 remaining in the first, trailing by 3. Holly Jr. makes the first. Subs coming on for both teams. Tony Piazza in for LeRoy. And as I said before, you'll see both of these teams go deep into their bench. On the other side, you have Alex Barrett checking in, along with Noah Wheeler. So Holly Jr. unable to connect on that one. And that will give Attica possession here. Inside, no good, but a foul. Bukowski goes down hard, and now he'll head to the line. Bukowski around the rim and out. Attica has gotten off to a good start in both of their matchups in this tournament. It's really been a struggle for them all year, getting off to good starts, setting themselves up in a good situation approaching halftime, but able to do so in back-to-back games now has to be an encouraging sign for Coach Crowley. Expecting a lot of growth out of his team as the season goes along. Whereas on the other side, this LeRoy team really hasn't had many slip-ups. They played well throughout the year. Penapeno to Piazza up top. Ed Shelby at the high post. And now gets it to him on the perimeter. Piazza to Panapento. Contested jump shot, no good. Rebound goes to Harding. Not a great shot there from Panapento as 2 men were on him. Harding the hesitation, and that's going to be a double dribble. About 35 seconds remaining here in the opening frame. It's a 3-point Attica lead. LeRoy has not found its rhythm offensively quite yet against this Blue Devils zone defense. Shelby at the high post, out to Hockey, and he'll pull it right back out. 1 second separating the game clock and the shot clock. So LeRoy will have to go now. Hockey over to Penapeno, right back to Hockey. He'll look to shoot, but no, decides better of it. Penapeno, and a shot clock violation. LeRoy getting a little too cute there. Looked like they had a couple of chances, too many passes, and a shot clock violation. So 1 second remaining for Attica in this opening frame as they look to increase their lead. Lamparelli, full court heave, no good. So we head to the second. It's a 3-point advantage for the Blue Devils. And once again, we tell you about our sponsors here on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. First, Casella Waste. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster, or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste and check out their great rates on local waste removal. Casella, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Casella, always putting your waste to work. 585-308-0662. Also, Yasis, when you need a paving or excavation service contract in the Byron or Batavia area, there's only one company that goes above and beyond to fulfill all your excavation, septic, paving, and snow removal needs. That's Yasis Trucking and Construction. Founded in 1988, Yasis offers valuable knowledge gained from over 33 years of experience in the industry. At Yasis Trucking and Construction, we are insured, bonded, and have proven to be a resource to architects, homeowners, and other customers throughout the area. Also, Empire Tractor, your local New Holland dealer selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is also proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds. Lastly, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, serving lunch, dinner, homemade desserts, 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, soft custard, and wine slushies. Check them out on their Facebook page for daily specials. Open every day except Tuesdays. Happy holidays from Sweet Betty's. So here we go. The Knights will begin the second quarter with possession, trailing by 3. Hockey on the wing, lobs it into Shelby at the high post. One dribble, up, and good. Nice move from Finn Shelby, navigating his way around Tyler Strong of Attica. Wheeler. Strong now at the high post. Kicks it to Lamparelli, and he traveled. Hockey with it on the wing, thought about the 3. Looked like he had open room, but Lamparelli closing quickly caused Hockey to put it on the floor, and Lamparelli whistled for the foul. Sub coming on for the Blue Devils. DeFore checks in for Lamparelli as that's his second foul. Inbound to Hockey. This time he fires it up, around the rim and out. Barrett almost had the rebound, but Piazza works for it and able to secure it. Inside for Holly, and he's fouled. So Merritt Holly Jr. headed back to the free throw line. Looks like we have a timeout here. Equipment timeout, it looks like. I'm really not sure what's going on here. Maybe a bloody nose, I'm not sure. So we do have a delay here. 7:07 to play here in the second quarter. 1-point lead for Attica. I believe this is an injury or an equipment timeout. Like I said, I'm really unsure of the situation here. Didn't quite catch if they awarded the timeout to one of the teams or if, like I said, this is just an equipment or injury timeout. So Holly Jr. will retake his place at the line here momentarily with 2 shots coming up following the foul inside. All right, so extended delay here as Coach Craig from Attica out with the rubber gloves to perhaps wipe up some blood off the floor. Also, Drew Crofts, it appears, from Genesee Community College, also with gloves to help out. So, all hands on deck here to get this game resumed. Nice job by those gentlemen. And here we go. So Holly Jr. for 2 shots at the line. And we're ready to go. So Holly Jr. up and good on his first to tie the game at 11. So a 1-point lead now for LeRoy following the pair of free throws from Merritt Holly Jr. Harding works his way over midcourt, guarded closely by Penapeno. Wheeler now with it up top. Wheeler had a good game against Batavia, knocked down a couple of trays. Good with the ball as well. Harding a step through, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back. Attica regains the lead. So here's Hockey now, as he's been quiet in the early going. A couple of opportunities from the perimeter, but no good thus far. And that one off the mark as well. Strong on the rebound. And here comes Attica. 4, knocked away by Hockey. Nice job recovering on defense by the Knights senior. Penapeno up the floor and lays it in. Back and forth we go. LeRoy back out in front. Penapeno pokes it away, but Harding able to regain control. Still bobbling, and now he dribbles again. Barrett from the corner, no good, and Holly Jr. took that one away from Wheeler inside. Holly Jr. running the floor, tried to get it to Penapento, but Harding able to snare it out of midair. We've seen that a couple of times from Holly Jr. during this tournament. He runs the floor extremely well, but it's a little ahead of himself when it comes down time to pass the ball. I think a good adjustment there would be a jump stop, survey the situation, and find the open man rather than passing on the run. It hasn't worked out for him past couple of days. But here we go. We'll tell you about our sponsors. Casella Waste. Save your business time and money on trash and recycling services. Affordable and reliable local service, containers of all sizes, and free delivery of those containers. Also, Yasis Trucking and Construction, Excavating and Paving. They also do snow removal at Yasis, so contact them for all of your needs in those departments. 6956 Byron Holly Road in Byron. Also, Empire Tractor. We're here to help you grow. Check out their selection online, empiretractor.com, or in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, 15 Main Street in LeRoy. 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, homemade desserts, as well as wine slushies. All right, so we resume play here in the second quarter. 1-point lead for LeRoy as George traveled underneath. So an interesting note about George, well-sized and well-skilled on the hardwood, but hasn't played basketball since he was a freshman prior to this year, but rejoined the basketball program at Attica, and much to the pleasure of Coach Crowley, as this is a talented talented senior athlete. Also, the 6'4" frame doesn't hurt any high school basketball team, that's for sure. Into the short corner for Shelby. Out for McKenzie now, around the horn to Hockey. A little bit high. Looked like Hockey had a chance for a three, but the high pass knocked him off rhythm. Shelby tried the three. George flying in for the rebound, takes it away from Holly Jr. Wheeler, Lamparelli over to DeFore. Inside to Bukowski, tries the jumper from the elbow, no good. Not a great shot there from Bukowski, a little bit quick, and the contested look also not ideal in that situation. Foul goes against Panapento. A little bit of a discussion going on near the LeRoy bench, but it is indeed a foul against the Knights. Inbound goes to DeFore. Lamparelli takes it right back. Now it's Wheeler with it. Wheeler, a lot of trouble and a foul called. As Wheeler may have been bailed out there by the foul call as he was taking it amongst the trees in the lane, really with nowhere to go there. So 4:33 remaining now in this opening half as Attica maintains its possession here. New shot clock for the Blue Devils. DeFore tried the bounce pass into George, but it's kicked away by McKenzie, and that will allow Attica to do it all over again. Lobbed into Harding, tipped out of bounds, and he can't save it. So a bad possession there from the Blue Devils as they fail to get it in bounds. And now it's the Knights with a chance to regain the lead. Lobbed inside to Holly Jr., but it's taken away by Bukowski on the loose ball. Coach Crowley calling for his team to move without the ball, and a travel now on Harding as he shuffled his feet. Here comes Wheeler back in for Harding, as Crowley wants to talk things over with his sophomore stud. It's about 3:50 remaining here in the second quarter. McKenzie with it now. Now it's Panapento over to Hockey. Had an open look at a three, decided against it. Shelby from the free throw line gets it to Panapento. And the fading bucket from John Panapento. My apologies. I have my scoreboard a little bit opposite of the scoreboard here at GCC, so it is confusing me a little bit. I may change that at halftime. Wheeler gets it away to DeFore. Deep three. Good. Brandon DeFore ties it up for Attica. Hockey trying to get things going here for the Knights. They usually can score in bunches, but it's been difficult against this Attica zone defense. Hockey for three. Good. That's what LeRoy needs from Mitch Hockey to get hot. 1 for 3 now from the perimeter. His first make of the night. Here's Lamparelli dribbling around Hockey. Wheeler tried to get it inside to George, but it's knocked away. George regains control. Wheeler for three. Noah Wheeler answers back, and it's tied at 19. Shelby at the high post. Left alone for a moment, but now gets it back to Hockey. No good. Merritt Holly Jr. So we've reached the 2-minute mark of this first half. 2-point lead for the Knights. Attica inside. And Lamparelli is fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. Lamparelli no good on the first. Subbing in now for the Knights, Andrew Draper knocked down a couple of big shots late in that game in the win over Roy Hart. Maybe not big shots as the game was already well out of hand, but nonetheless, Draperish threat to knock it down from the perimeter. So 1:52 remaining. 1 of 2 from the line goes Lamparelli. Back to a 1-point game. Draper left open for a moment, but continues to work the ball around. Shelby, high post, kicks it to McKenzie. Along the baseline to Draper. Back to McKenzie. Holly Jr. in the corner. Top to Hockey now, through the lane. Nice move to get to the rack and draw the foul. Mitch Hockey knifing through defenders on his way to the rim. He's fouled. 2 shots coming up. Draper checks back out as Piazza comes back in. And 2 free throws for Mitch Hockey. It's now a 3-point LeRoy advantage. Harding, 3. Off the front iron. Wheeler in there for a rebound, but a push is going to be called on Wheeler. And LeRoy in the bonus, they'll head to the line for 1 and 1. It will be McKenzie in there with 2 free throws. Coach Crowley talking things over with the official. And he seemed to like that call as LeRoy now ahead by 4. That one rattles out. But it's saved to LeRoy. Cardinal sin saving the ball under the basket like that, but Attica avoids trouble, but Harding called for the travel. 56 seconds remaining in this first half. Turnover by the Blue Devils, and now a sub coming on for Attica. It's Ethan Harmon in for his first action of the night. And a timeout is going to be called by LeRoy. 30-second timeout called by Coach Weinman. And we take a quick break here at GCC. We'll be right back on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. All right, here we go. 56 seconds remain in this first half of this large school final at the Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. My name is Alex Brasky, here with you for the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel. It's been a good game thus far between Attica and LeRoy. 4-point lead for the Knights, with time winding down in this second quarter. Hockey has it on the wing. McKenzie up top now. LeRoy back and forth we go. Hockey from the parking lot, no good. And the rebound by Harmon. So Harmon making his presence felt on the boards. Foul called on LeRoy, their 6th of this first half. 5th, excuse me. So 21 seconds remaining for Attica here. We'll see if they hold for one shot. 4. Screen set by Bukowski. And that's a moving screen set by Bukowski, and that's going to be an offensive foul going the other way. Maybe a ticky-tack call there. Bukowski did move a bit, but you usually do get away with a little bit of movement, but didn't get away with anything there. And no free throws for the Knights, as that's a player control foul. Two seconds remaining. Hockey in the lane, no good. But no, a foul is called at the buzzer. So Hockey's going to head to the line here. Attica not getting the benefit of the calls down the stretch. And that will send Hockey to the line 4-2. LeRoy already ahead by 4. They will clear the lane here. Hockey makes the first. Hockey 2 for 2. 6-point lead for LeRoy as we head to the break. We'll be back after a short break, but first, let us thank our sponsors here on the Batavia Daily News YouTube channel, beginning with our scoreboard sponsor, and that is, of course, Casella Waste. Casella, your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Are you looking for residential pickup at your house, a dumpster or roll-off service for your place of business? Call Casella Waste and check out their great rates on local waste removal. Casella Waste is your #1 provider for all your waste and recycling needs. Casella, always putting your waste to work. 308-0662 today for a quote. Also, Yasis Construction, Trucking, Excavating, and Paving. When you need a paving or excavation service in the Byron and Batavia area, there's only one company that goes above and beyond to fulfill all of your excavation, septic, paving, and snow removal needs. Yasis Trucking and Construction, founded in 1988, offers valuable knowledge gained from over 33 years of experience in the industry. At Yasis Trucking and Construction, they are insured and bonded and have proven to be a resource to architects, homeowners, and other customers throughout the area. Call Yasis today to see what they can do for you. 548-5014. Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. Your local New Holland dealer is selling a full range of tractors and farm equipment. Empire Tractor is proud to sell Dixie Chopper zero-turn mowers, which is the world's fastest mower, and they are now selling and servicing the Coyote line of tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Check out their website, empiretractor.com, or visit in person right in front of the Genesee County Fairgrounds. And lastly, we'd like to tell you about Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop. Sweet Betty's, serving lunch, dinner, homemade desserts, 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream, soft custard, and wine slushies. Check us out on our Facebook page for daily specials. Open every day except Tuesday. Happy holidays from Sweet Betty's. Alex Brasky for the Batavia Daily News. We'll be back in about 8 minutes with the second half of action here from Genesee Community College. LeRoy ahead by 6. Hello everybody and welcome back to Genesee Community College, the large school title game of the Pete Arras Memorial Boys Basketball Tournament. My name is Alex Brasky for the Batavia Daily News, here to take you to the final 16 minutes of action between Attica and LeRoy. LeRoy currently holds a 6-point advantage over the Blue Devils to begin the second half of play. Bukowski pass inside to Harding, but a foul is called. And Penapeno is whistled for the foul. Right back into Harding off the inbound. Nice pass. Luke George on the finish. Beautiful pass from Harding around two LeRoy defenders. Penapeno with it on the wing. Right back up to Hockey. Now McKenzie with it. Holly Jr. in the corner to the rim, but couldn't get it to go. George with it. Pushed ahead to Lamparelli, and now in the hands of Dufour, but it goes out of bounds. Couldn't get the handle, could Dufour. And now Piazza checks in for Penapeno here for LeRoy. Here are the Knights now holding that 4-point advantage. Merritt Holly Jr. has been a force for LeRoy. Finn Shelby has found his way onto the board. McKenzie's been a pest on defense. And Mitch Hockey has played a good game on both ends of the floor as well. McKenzie off the dribble. Nowhere to go. So it stays on the perimeter. Piazza. Hockey calling for it, but Holly Jr. will take the three. No good. Rebound goes to Attica's Bukowski. Dufour to George at the high post. Inside to Bukowski. Right back out to Dufour. And the reach in from Hockey there as he'll be called for the foul. Harding lobs it into Dufour up top. And Dufour able to get past McKenzie. Hanging is Dufour, but not able to convert on the jump shot. George is there to clean it up. Attica within two now. Good start to the second half for the Blue Devils. Still in that 2-3 zone is Attica. Hockey for three, no good, off the back iron. Hockey gets his own rebound though, tries the reverse, spinning and draining it. What a move from Mitchell Hockey. I don't know how he got that one to go in. 4-point lead now for the Knights. Lobbed in to Harding, nice job snatching that one out of the air, but he couldn't get the finish. George fighting for the rebound with Holly Jr., and Attica wins the battle. Bukowski driving, knocked away by Shelby, but a lot of body contact. And that will send Bukowski to the line. You see here near the area behind the scores table, Vinny Pontillo, great job administering this tournament here at GCC. Too bad we got his good side there. Actually, it's not too bad. But Vinny has done a great job along with all of the Batavia Lions. Tony Scalia among them, along with several others here on site at GCC to make sure this tournament goes off without a hitch, as it does year in and year out. Also the GCC athletic staff, headed by Drew Crofts, also a nice job putting this tournament on each year. So approaching the 5-minute mark here, it's still a 4-point game. It's LeRoy holding on to that advantage. Inside to Holly Jr. And he gets the finish in between George and Harding. A lot of size to clear there for Holly, but he was able to do it. And he made the lay-in. Lamparelli putting it on the floor, almost lost his footing. Was able to get it away to Harding. Harding stopped by Piazza. Solid defense there. A little bit of a mismatch, but Piazza doing good work. Dufour, air ball. George out of bounds off of Shelby, though. Looked like that one went off of George, but Shelby must have gotten a hand on it. Harding into George, right back to Harding. Off the dribble, like I said, a bit of a mismatch against Piazza, but Piazza wins that battle. Nice job by the lesser size Knights defender. All the way around the horn to Shelby in the short corner. Looked like a travel, and it was. LeRoy wanted the foul call, but the officials had it as a travel first. So we've reached the midpoint of this third quarter. LeRoy is maintaining its lead throughout the early start to this second half. Bukowski may have traveled there, but no call. And he double dribble. Mindless mistake there from Bukowski as he's disappointed with himself. With 3:48 to go here in the third. Piazza on the wing, now with Hockey. Hockey closed off by solid defense from a trio of Attica defenders. Looked like Dufour, George, and Bukowski there. McKenzie out to Hockey for three. Good! Mitch Hockey increases LeRoy's lead to 9, and the Knights starting to run away with this one. Attica needs a bucket, and badly. Travel there from Bukowski, but no call. Harding puts it on the floor, has it knocked away, and Shelby comes up with it. Here comes Hockey now. Hockey on the run, but he decides to pull it back out. McKenzie looking for room. Shelby thought about the three. Instead, Hockey will take the long two. Good. Mitch Hockey starting to assert himself. Attica now trails by double digits for the first time tonight, and a timeout called by Coach Crowley as he senses this one slipping away. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, beginning with Casella Waste, which will save your business time and money on trash and recycling services. Affordable and reliable local service available, containers of all sizes, and free delivery of said containers. 585-308-0662 for a quote today. Yasis Trucking and Construction, Excavating and Paving, 6956 Byron Holly Road in Byron, 585-548-5014. That's Yasis Trucking and Construction, Excavating and Paving. Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. 5072 East Main Street in Batavia, right in front of the Batavia Genesee County Fairgrounds on Route 5, 343-1822, or empiretractor.com to check out their selection. Also, Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, 15 Main Street in LeRoy, 502-6084. Serving lunch, dinner, homemade desserts, 30 flavors of Perry's ice cream and wine slushies. That's Sweet Betty's on Main Street in LeRoy. So here we go. The Casella Waste scoreboard reads 2:34 remaining in the third quarter, an 11-point lead for LeRoy. Ooh, touchy pass there. Is Harding able to come away with it, but Piazza continuing his solid defensive effort as he wreaked havoc on that inbounds pass. And Attica comes up empty. McKenzie, short corner for Shelby. Nice pump fake, but couldn't get the finish. Strong had to go off his hands and out of bounds. Couldn't get the handle on it. It's 2:11 remaining now in this third quarter. Nice inbound pass from Piazza to Shelby. Easy does it for the Knights bucket. Harding. Inside to George, right back out to Harding on the drive. Kicks it to Strong, travel. Looks like we'll have a sub to 4, checks out. Noah Wheeler back in for Attica. Here are the Knights with it now. Inside lob to Holly Jr. up and in. 15-point lead now for LeRoy. It's largest of the game. Time all of a sudden slipping away on Attica. It's not easy to come back on this LeRoy team. Very fundamental defensively. They hustle all over the floor. It's been a good season thus far for Coach Weinman and his group all around. Harding bounced it into Strong, but had it knocked away. That one knocked away by McKenzie, still rolling around, and Piazza able to come up with it. Lobbed up to Hockey, thought about the deep three. And that's an offensive foul. Tyler Strong takes the charge, and we're going the other way. Lamparelli kicks it to Wheeler. Gets it back from Strong. Wheeler, 3. Good! Go Wheeler, trying to keep Attica afloat. Back down to a 12-point lead. Could be the final possession of the third quarter. Piazza for 3, no good. Harding on the rebound, gonna have to hurry from midcourt, and it's good! Cole Harding from midcourt, and that cuts it, LeRoy's lead down to 9 as we head to the fourth quarter. Wow. What a play from Harding. So we enter the fourth quarter. LeRoy in control throughout this game, but Harding's deep 3 perhaps gives Attica a little bit of life just when they need it, heading into the final quarter of play. Really hasn't been an explosive effort for the Knights. They've struggled a bit offensively, but they've done enough defensively to limit the Blue Devils, and they lead by that 9-point margin. Merritt Holly Jr. has quieted down a little bit. Mitch Hockey has picked up the slack. While Tony Piazza is getting it done on the defensive end for the Knights. As far as the Blue Devils are concerned, Harding, obviously one of the top scorers for this group. And then you've also had Lamparelli contribute. Bukowski's had a nice game. George has found his way at times, and DeFore has also found the bottom of the net. So the final 8 minutes of play here, LeRoy leads by 9 here at GCC, the large school final of the Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. Alex Brasky here with you. The final 8 minutes of this tournament. Been a fun week here at GCC. Shelby in the corner, McKenzie now on the wing. Penapeno had it thrown at his feet, but he's able to gather it and get it back to Hockey. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Holly Jr. inside to Shelby, fading away, no good. Tipped it to himself, second chance, and it's good. Count it. Finn Shelby, hooping the harm, heads to the line for one, a chance to make it a 3-point play. Knights ahead by 11, 7:32 to go in the fourth. Three-point play the old-fashioned way for Finn Shelby. And just like that, the Knights have regained momentum. Strong, over to Harding, from the corner, no good, rattles out. Harding, plenty of confidence for a youngster, not afraid to shoot it when open. That's an undervalued yet important trait for a young player. You can't be afraid to shoot it when you're one of your team's best players. Even if you miss a couple, you got to keep shooting. Shooters shoot, as they say. You can't be afraid to put the ball up when you're open. And Harding, certainly no trouble in that department. But a foul here on the Blue Devils as Shelby comes up lame. We'll see if he can shoot these free throws. But it looks like he's going to need a sub after the fact as he came up pretty lame. So 12-point lead for LeRoy as Shelby heads to the line here. Not sure the cause for the delay here, as it looks like Shelby's ready to shoot the free throws. Let's get the show on the road, boys. Shelby misses the first. It looks like Piazza waiting to check in for Shelby after this free throw. As he misses both. Rebound goes to Bukowski, and now an official's timeout to get Shelby out of the game. He toughed it out for the free throws, but he's going to make his way to the sideline as he continues to limp here. .648 remaining in this ball game. Been all LeRoy here, outside of a good start from Attica. Amparelli lobs it into George, turnaround jumper. Couldn't find the rim, too hard off the glass, and now a tie-up. Two players tumbling down, and we have a jump ball, and the crowd for either side doesn't like the call of a jump ball. I think both sides wanted a foul. But it will stay with Attica. Amparelli inbounds to Strong, gets it back in the corner from George. Three ball, no good. Wheeler chases it down, but now the Knights have it. McKenzie, another hustle play to Piazza. Corner for Hockey, and now LeRoy will pull it out and work some clock. Time is on their side. Ahead by 12 here in the fourth quarter. Piazza to Hockey, deep three. Mitch Hockey from Elba. That was a deep three. So 15-point lead for LeRoy now as the ball goes back to the Knights following the Blue Devils' turnover there. So Mitch Hockey has played a very impressive game. Slow start from the perimeter, but he's continued to shoot it, and he's found some success. So a timeout called by LeRoy, 5:46 remaining. 15-point lead for the Knights. As we tell you about our sponsors once more, beginning with Casella Waste. Casella will save your business time and money on trash and recycling services. Affordable and reliable local service available. Containers of all sizes and free delivery of those containers. Yasas, Trucking and Construction, Excavating and Paving, 6956 Byron Holly Road in Byron, 54850. 888-585-1414. Empire Tractor, we're here to help you grow. 5072 East Main Street. 585-343-1822. EmpireTractor.com. Sweet Betty's Restaurant and Ice Cream Shop, 15 Main Street in LeRoy. Sweet Betty's. Lunch, dinners, homemade desserts, 30 flavors of Perry's Ice Cream. Sweet Betty's on Main Street in LeRoy. Here we go, the final 5:46 of play following the timeout called by the Knights. Penapeno inside to Holly Jr. Up and in. He's also been impressive. He and Hockey have been quite the impressive 1-2 punch tonight for LeRoy. As Shelby is checked back in, good to see him back on the floor for LeRoy. Another important piece for this Knights team that is hoping for a sectional title push this year. Wheeler with it on the wing. Nice pass to George. And he converts. Now you love to see that. A nice pass rewarded with a made basket, and George doing the honors there as Wheeler left it for him. Nice job. So LeRoy doing a good job working clock here. Attica not really picking up the pressure, allowing LeRoy to just play staller. As Hockey was unable to get that scoop shot to go. Another turnover by the Blue Devils as Lamparelli went tumbling down. And here's Penapeno in the open floor. Looks like Lamparelli's hurt as he remains down. So we take a quick break here at GCC. It's 4:31 remaining here in the fourth. It's a 17-point lead for LeRoy. We hope the best for Simon Lamparelli, who remains down here and is writhing in pain. Appears to have a knee injury. And it doesn't appear as if we have a trainer on site, as Coach Crowley tending to Lamparelli on the floor here. Does not look good. And we're going to take a quick break here from GCC. Lamparelli able to get up with assistance from his teammates as they help him off the floor here. Concerning injury for the Blue Devils, as he is one of the key pieces to Coach Crowley's group. But we play on here from GCC, 4:31 remaining. Seems all but over here as LeRoy's remain in control, but stranger things have happened. Attica has continued to battle. They just need a couple of shots to fall here. Harding in the corner. Now DeFore with it. Stops, pops, no good, air ball. Shelby on the rebound. Hockey, nice drive, nice finish, Mitch Hockey. So LeRoy increases its lead. It's now 19 points, it's the largest of the game. Harding from the free throw line, rejected by Holly Jr. But Attica gets another chance, and DeFore, another air ball. 3.5 minutes remaining. LeRoy trying to work this final time off the clock and hoist their first Pete Arras Memorial Tournament trophy. Hockey through about 3 or 4 defenders. Mitch Hockey finishes at the rim. He's been mighty, mighty good tonight for LeRoy. Strong for 3. No good. Rebounded by Harding. And he'll take it to the basket. A lot of contact, and he's fouled. With 2:57 remaining. 21-point lead for LeRoy. No good from Harding. For 2 for Harding there. And a timeout called by LeRoy with 2:36 remaining. We'll take a quick break. And we're back here for the final 2:34 from GCC. Hockey, 3. Good! Mitch Hockey beats the shot clock buzzer. He continues his strong second half. And LeRoy is blowing out Attica. Subs are on for the Blue Devils. With 2:09 to play and a foul, will send one of those subs to the line. It is Andrew Newell. Newell misses the first, and now subs coming on for LeRoy as John Penapeno and Finn Shelby get a nice hand as they exit stage left. Stage right, I should say. My fault. Rebound to Draper. And approaching 2 minutes to go here. It's been a fun tournament here at GCC. Kudos to all those involved in putting together such a fine event year in and year out. The late Pete Arras, the namesake of this tournament now. Longtime principal at Jackson Elementary. Longtime Batavia Lions Club member as well. So, shout out to Mr. Arras. Shout out to all those involved with the Batavia Lions Club and this tournament. So timeout called by LeRoy with 1:33 for substitutions. And once again, before we get out of here, we'll show you our sponsors. So Oakfield, Alabama and LeRoy are going to be your winners here at the Batavia Lions Club Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. It's Oakfield's second crown since the Lions Club changed it to an 8-team format. It will be LeRoy's first title since the tournament was changed to an 8-team format. So out of the timeout, LeRoy will have it. A lot of subs in there for LeRoy. We'll try to tell you who exactly is in there. Evan Sherwood set to take it out for the Knights. Now inbounding to Parker Dowell. Also in there, Tyler Strollo with the ball right now, and Andrew Pocock. Also Sean Sarika. For the Blue Devils on the floor currently, we have Jeff Eisensmith. Also with the ball and passing it away was Ethan Harmon, and firing up the 3-ball was Aiden Schoonover. Also Morgan Schaefer on the floor for the Blue Devils, along with Newell. So inside a minute to go. Alex Brasky with you for the Batavia Daily News here at the Batavia Lions Club Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. I'd like to thank you for joining us all week. If you happen to join us in the preliminary round as well as the final round, it's really been an exciting tournament here at GCC. Always well run, always competitively played. And that remained the case this year. As the shot clock is off, LeRoy looks like they will hold without a shot. Inside, this is Rika, and LeRoy throws it away. It's now in the hands of Attica with the final 10 seconds of play, and that's just about going to do it as the inside pass is tied up, passed out, fired up, and Ethan Harmon misses the final shot of this ball game. That's going to do it. A win for LeRoy, a 24-point win. Impressive victory for the Knights here in the large school title game of the Batavia Lions Club Pete Arras Memorial Tournament. Thank you for joining us. My name is Alex Brasky. We'll see you next time.